Good morning, everyone. My name is Niputu Eramarsakawati, and on this nice occasion, I would like to share my research report entitled Needs Analysis of the Mandarin Study Program Graduates Competency. Okay, I'll divide my presentation into four parts. The first is introduction, second is research methods, third is findings and discussion, and the last one is conclusion and suggestions. Okay, now let's take a look at the first part, that is introduction. This study is triggered by two main reasons. The first is lack of human resources who can speak Mandarin. So based on our preliminary research, we found out that very few professionals can communicate by using Mandarin very well. So they usually use body language or nonverbal language, or sometimes they also used Google Translate application to communicate with Chinese visitors, which is not very effective to perform in a hotel or in other business field. And the second reason is a lack of studies investigating target situation analysis. Needs analysis has been investigated by many researchers. However, very few studies have been investigated how stakeholders perceive the competencies needed for them, especially for their industries, for Mandarin graduates. In fact, this information is highly needed to shape or to frame the curriculum of Mandarin department. So to fill this need, we conduct a study aiming to present the expected competencies of the Mandarin graduates from the stakeholders' perspective. And to achieve this research objective, then we administer some stages to our research methods. We implemented qualitative case study for our research design, and we purposefully collected 8 persons as our research participants. And we collected our data by administering 4 strategies. The first is interviews, conversations, and also document analysis. So the sources of data that we collected were audio recordings, transcriptions, notes, and also documents. And the collected data then were analyzed by following 2 layers of data analysis, including thematic analysis and also textual analysis. And then the results of the data analysis indicated that there were 4 competencies required by the stakeholders. The first is professional competence, the second is personal competence, the third is social competence, and the last one is pedagogical competence. In fact, these terms are borrowed from the teachers' competencies. So in terms of the professional competence, the stakeholders expected the Mandarin graduates to master the content knowledge related to their future professions. This includes the mastery of particular language knowledge and skills necessary to enable them to perform specific social practices in their future workplaces. So this includes the ability to use Mandarin both in written and spoken communication for specific social practices. For example, they can use Mandarin to negotiate with the customers, to perform some business correspondence, for example, and also to handle complaints and some other social practices in their specific areas of job or workforce. The second one is personal competence. So in this case, the stakeholders expected the students to have positive traits, which include honesty, integrity, self-discipline, tolerance, friendliness, firmness, punctuality, and so forth. And in terms of the social competence, the stakeholders expected the Mandarin graduates to be able to socialize with other people, because uh, in every area of industries or companies, they almost require the employees to socialize, to interact with other people. So that is why this social competence is highly needed for the graduates of the Mandarin. And then the last competence is pedagogical competence. So this the stakeholders are expected for our Mandarins graduates to master the nature of teaching and learning, teaching skills, classroom management skills, and assessment methods. And these competencies is needed to be inserted in Mandarin study program, because in school context, the existence of Mandarin teachers is rare to find. Uh, because based on yes, our interview for the vice principals of the curriculum, so almost every schools do not have school teachers, so that's why they need, or they expect that to have Mandarin graduates to master this kind of competency. Okay, so due to the high demand for Mandarin, it is recommended for our university to open the Mandarin language program and insert the results of the needs analysis which have been identified in this study in the curriculum. And then further group discussion forum activities related to the curriculum used to achieve the expected competencies of graduates are also recommended. And the last suggestion is the analysis of the needs of lecturers, teaching materials, and the availability of facilities and infrastructure are also need to be prepared. So finally, the holistic needs of analysis can frame the curriculum of the Mandarin department. Well, thank you very much. That's all about my presentation. So thank you.